Good morning, everyone. It is the fallout from yesterday's big Mega Man Rageathon. We'll talk all about that today, plus a bunch of gaming news updates, good and bad. We also have to talk about the upcoming DSP Tries It as a reward for your support. And today we get back into the mainstream gaming schedule without any weird interruptions. So it's going to be a great one right here on today's lava-infused episode of the Level 1 Podcast.
Get ready for some meaningful content, because the king is back, the king of the live stream, the king is back. Woo!
Alrighty. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the show. Today is Thursday, the 9th of January, 2025. This week has flown by, has it not? And I think that's because this week we had so many special things going on. We had the premiere of Smart Guys being reborn with a renewal of the show back on Tuesday. Yesterday, we had the Mega Man Marathon. That was amazingly fun. So because of that, things are like flying, right? Like seriously, it doesn't feel like it's Thursday already, but here we are. So I hope I find you all well. I hope that you're all in a good mood, or if you're not, hopefully we can do something about that here on today's show, my friends. So good stuff. What I think we should do is we should recap everything that went down yesterday, so you guys are aware, you know, where to find the videos, etc. And then we'll talk about the new reward, because we have to figure out what we're going to be doing for a DSP Tries It as soon as tomorrow. All right. Now, funny enough, my wife, Kat, has come up with an interesting idea, and I want to run it by everyone today, see what you guys think, and go from there. All right. So let's do it, shall we? So yesterday was a special themed event. Why did we do a special themed marathon event? Because we had hit a goal of 50 goals hit. I told you every 10, we're going to get a new kind of reward, right? And we had done a whole bunch of DSP Tries Its. And then you guys said, well, we want something different. We would like to do a marathon when we hit that milestone of 50. And I said, sure. And I thought that we would hit that maybe late January, early February. Here we are right at the beginning of January, and we already hit it. So again, I just want to say thank you all. Your support has been absolutely amazing. Really, I appreciate it. Thank you guys so very much recently. So far, this year has been an amazing start to the year, to say the least, okay? Now, in regards to this marathon, we had to basically kind of rush to put it together because we weren't actually planning on doing it this soon, and we had a couple of ideas. You know, one was a retro event, one was playing Dino Crisis, one was a PC-centric event, one was a Rageathon, and when we actually started discussing it daily, basically we narrowed it down to two ideas. Retro event was actually the one that had the most nominations in the official thread that I had posted up. But then there was the whole idea of a Rageathon as well. And I was trying to think, you know, I wonder, how would this work? You know, we started talking about, well, what classic games could I play that would basically make me rage? Now, if we're talking Mario Brothers and stuff like that, sure, there's challenge to them. But undoubtedly, if I played classic stuff like that, especially because I played them so often when I was a kid, it's probably not going to be that big of a deal nor much of a challenge. So I started to brainstorm, like, what would be challenging games, especially if, you know, I'm doing it in a marathon setting and if some booze was involved, you know, because during these marathons, typically, you know, I like to do, oh, hey, I'll take a shot of this or whatever if we hit a certain, you know, milestone of support. So we basically took all of these ideas and kind of combined them into one. The marathon was going to be me playing classic Mega Man, starting with Mega Man 1, and then seeing how far I could get through the classic Mega Mans in a marathon setting while getting inebriated, okay? And so that was the premise. And if you weren't here yesterday, within the podcast, okay, already we had hit like 3 milestones, and I was drinking this 99 liquor, which is basically different flavored shots. I had bought the Party 10-pack of various different fruit flavors. So we started with 99 bananas, and then we started going through others like peaches and watermelon and cherries and stuff like that. So by the time that we had started with Mega Man 1, I was already really, really buzzed because this stuff was strong, and I had already taken 3 shots in like an hour. In a nutshell, because I don't want to spoil or really, tell you too much about it, because obviously I want you to watch the videos or the archive stream, which we're going to talk about in a second because the archive is live as well. Basically, it took me a long time to beat Mega Man 1. I did beat it, but there was a few key factors involved. Factor number 1, Mega Man 1 already has some wonky controls, meaning it's not a very responsive game. I'm assuming it was like that on NES as well, because I've now played this game a few different times over the years in various collections, and every time I've played it, the controls are just not responsive. It feels very sluggish, almost like you're walking on ice. And it's really tough because it's not necessarily the bosses, but the stages are quite challenging. Now, to make the record straight here, I was not using save states. Okay, I was not saving and reloading to cheese. If I ran out of lives, I was just starting the whole level over again, just like you would if you were playing on NES. I wasn't going to just keep reloading. What would have been the point? Then there's no challenge to it, right? So it took a while. I think I had played for about an hour and a half to almost 2 hours, and I still hadn't beaten Mega Man 1, and then the food arrived. So I did a Feasting with the King episode about this Chinese food restaurant that's near me. That, I'll be honest, it's kind of like Panda Express, but it's better than Panda Express because, Panda Express is American fast food style, and this place very much is kind of like that too, only it's like a better level. You get way more food. The food just tastes better, is fresher. So we did our meal together. And then after that, we continued on with Mega Man 1 to wrap it up. So all in all, it was 3 videos to beat Mega Man 1. And if you look at the time played, I want to say it's around 2.5 hours to beat Mega Man 1. It's a short game, but again, I was very, very buzzed. Like, I don't think I was drunk, but I was drinking constantly. I think by the end of Mega Man 1, we already had like 5 shots or something crazy like that, right? Maybe like 4 shots. So it was pretty tough to get through it. Particularly, there's parts of that game that are pretty cheap. And unless you're abusing the pause glitch with the electric gun, it's almost impossible to beat certain parts of it. It's pretty crazy. So, after defeating Mega Man, that's true. There is input lag as well, because I don't know, again, if it was the collection or not, but definitely Mega Man 1 had this issue where it felt like there was lag trying to play it. 2 and 3 didn't feel that bad. 1 did. So again, I have to question, is it actually the collection or is it the game? I never had Mega Man 1 on NES. I had 2, 3, and 4 when I was a kid. So not having played the first one and only having played it in these modern collections, I actually don't know if it had this issue or not. That being said, it was done. I beat it. And then we moved on finally to Mega Man 2. Mega Man 2 went way more smoothly. Number 1, I played the crap out of Mega Man 2 when I was a kid. It was my favorite Mega Man game of all time. I absolutely love the soundtrack of Mega Man 2. So I was playing the game and I was, humming to all the songs and everything. Such a great game, and had a great time with it. That one really not much rage at all. Some deaths for sure, but since I had played it so much when I was a kid, it wasn't that big of a deal. And the end, I would say the most challenging part is the end, like the final enemy like rushes and the final boss are kind of challenging. So we got Mega Man 2 done in about 2 hours. Not even, I think it was under 2 hours, and we beat the whole game. And I made it all one video. I said, why not just do a whole run of Mega Man 2 in one video, since I knew I was going to get it done relatively quickly. So then we moved on to Mega Man 3. Now, it was already like, I would say it was around 7:30, 7:45 p.m. Pacific time, and I said to everyone, I really want to play and beat Mega Man 3. This also is one of the ones that I love. I owned it on NES. The thing is, I haven't played it in a very long time. I didn't remember how long it was. I thought it was actually shorter than it was. When I started playing it, I started to remember, oh yeah, after you beat the 8 Robot Masters, there's 4 other stages that unlock where you have to fight simulated versions of the Robot Masters from Mega Man 2. I had completely forgotten that was even in the game. So we jumped in, and I would argue the toughest part of Mega Man 3 are the stages. But Robot Masters aren't that bad, but the stages are a pain in the ass. In fact, I'd say the toughest boss of Mega Man 3 is actually the redone version of Flashman from Mega Man 2. Because in Mega Man 2, Flashman is a joke. He's supposed to be able to freeze time and shoot you, but he literally never does. Or if he does, he doesn't really do anything when he does it. He just kind of freezes time and nothing happens. In Mega Man 3, when you're fighting the cloned version of Flashman, he freezes time, he runs into you, which does tons of damage, and he shoots you. So he does crazy damage to you. And his weakness is this Gemini laser, which is the crappiest weapon in the game because it's very hard to hit anything with it. It bounces all over the place, and you can only shoot one at a time, so it's a major pain in the ass. I remember it took me a while to beat him. Anyway, I toughed it out, and we ended up completing both Mega Man 1, 2, and 3 during this marathon. I think the Mega Man 3 video was around 2.5 hours long, while the Mega Man 2 video was 2 hours long. Mega Man 1, like I said, ended up being 3 parts, which I think totaled around 2.5 hours. So, a great amount of gameplay. It went really well. Support, absolutely outstanding. Seriously, YouTube side, we had tons of super chats. Kick side, we had tons of subs, and we had a good amount of tips. So all of that, thank you guys so much for your support yesterday. It went really well. It did. I ended up taking 7 shots during the course of this marathon event. Yes, 7. And we ended up hitting 4 goals. It was either 4 or 5 goals. I'm not exactly sure how many it was, but we got all the way up to, as you can see, 60 goals hit by the end of the marathon, which means we had just finished a reward and we qualified for the next reward. So there you go. We are ready for yet another reward, okay? Big Papa Phil in chat says, I loved watching the retro games play stuff yesterday. I wish we could do more of it. Reminds me when we did more retro stuff back in the day regularly. Yeah, I like retro stuff. I'm not saying that we have to do it all the time, but I really like having it in the schedule. And I will say this, okay? I had a good time with it, okay? Seemed like the people who were here live also had a good time with it. It seemed like people were totally okay with, hold on, some fuzz on my microphone there. People were totally okay with supporting it, and it seemed like some people wanted more. In fact, when it ended, it was kind of a shame. It went really late. I ended up streaming till like almost 10 p.m., okay? So it was one of the longest marathons I've ever done. And by the end, I was like, you know, I was very tired, but at the same time, I kind of felt like, man, what a shame. I would have liked to kept going. You know, Mega Man 4, I also owned when I was a kid. So I remember like Pharaoh Man and stuff like that. Like I remember those bosses. I also remember that the antagonist of Mega Man 4, get this, is not Dr. Wily for the first time ever. So that's pretty cool. So I wanted to keep going. 5 and 6, I never played. I skipped them. And then I played Mega Man X and a few of those, but I never played 5 and 6 until many, many, many years later when I was a YouTuber over a decade ago. I had done a Mega Man event during a summertime downtime, and I played all of the classic Mega Man games. So I did play 5 and 6 only once ever over a decade ago. I literally don't remember them at all. So in this collection, it would be cool to play them again because I've never experienced them, you know, kind of since that one time, and I've never live streamed them, okay? So I would definitely like at some point in the future to do a second Mega Man marathon, this time tackling Mega Man 4, 5, and 6. I own them in the Legacy Collection. Now, don't worry, because some people are probably already going to freak out. Wait, he's going to do another Mega Man marathon? Not right now. We just did one. It went down well. I don't want to do too much of the same, and then everyone gets burnt out on it, and everyone doesn't like it. You know, that's not how it works. What you need to do is you pace yourself. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Eventually, in the future, we will... There's some noise outside, a squeaky truck or something. Eventually, we will do another Mega Man marathon, and you know, schedule it in. When? I don't know. Not next. Like for example, when we hit a goal of 100, we're going to be doing the Viewer's Choice event where you guys nominate and vote for a game for me to do a playthrough of. We'll do 2 or 3 streams and test the waters and see if it works. And if it does work, we will do a full playthrough. Then, when we reset the goals, okay, we'll start back at 1. And when we get to 50 again, we'll do another marathon. Will it be a Mega Man marathon? Probably not. I would think that, for these goals, we don't want to frequently do the same thing over and over. We want to go for variety purposes, right? We don't want the same thing every time. So maybe later in the year, maybe sometimes in the summer or something, right? We'll come back to it. I definitely want to, because I had a great time. The retro vibe was awesome. We had actually Mega Man colors in the office all day, which is really nice. And people were coming by and just chilling and enjoying who like classic games. Now, was that the major audience? No. Was it a ton of viewership? No. Do I care? No, because that wasn't the point. The point was to have a good time, do something different, variety of content, and people could stop by and support and enjoy if they liked it. And now we're back to normal today. If people didn't like it, I'm sure they'll come back today. Okay? Good stuff. So let's see how it goes. Now, speaking of which, before we move on to other things like discussing DSP Tries It, possibly for tomorrow, FYI, as you can see, we have hit a goal of 60, which is amazing. All right, we are going to work on that right now. We're going to talk about what the next big GSP Tries It will be. But if you guys support the stream, thank you so very much. As you know, every 150 raised, it gets us towards another goal. So please support the stream today. Everything counts. Super chats and super stickers, memberships and gifted memberships on the YouTube side, subs and gifted subs on the Kick side, and of course tips, which you can do no matter where you are via PayPal. Would really appreciate that. Sadly, dealing with a few idiotic chargebacks right now. Don't worry, they're not a big deal or anything like that, but I had to clear them all out this morning. And, sometimes you win them, sometimes you don't. This time, I have no clue what's going to happen. But let's get some support rolling today. In fact, our first contribution of the day has come in, so let's give it a shout out. So someone tipped $7, and they're trying to make light of a pretty bad situation that's going on in Los Angeles right now. For those who don't know, in LA, United States, that is, California, they're having some pretty bad wildfires. They are ripping through the state, and they are destroying homes, okay? Now, first off, I just want to let everyone know, I feel bad. You hear these stories, people are losing their homes or whatever. And it's like, that sucks. At the same time, I do have to ask a question. This is not the first time wildfires have ripped through California. In fact, they frequently rip through California. You usually hear this every year, 2 years, or 3 years, every once in a while. So why do they keep building? I mean, this is just an honest question. This is not even a criticism. Why do they keep building homes there? This would be like, there's a fault line, and every year there's a major earthquake that rocks everything around the fault line. So why do you keep rebuilding on the fault line? I'm confused. We've talked about this on and off. This was actually a topic that we covered during my DSP Reacts, DSP versus the Internet series, where there's a story or two, like people who live in the most frozen climate on the planet, people who live at the highest altitude. And I'm like, I don't know. It's just weird. Like, why would you want to live there? For example, I just saw the story this morning, okay? Paris Hilton and Billy Crystal. I don't think you could talk about two people who are more different, who are rich, right? But they just lost their homes. These two rich celebrities had these insanely expensive homes in the hills of LA, and the homes have been lost to the wildfires, okay? But I don't know, like, to me, I just hear this, I'm like, that would be the last place I would ever want to live. If you know that historically there's a high chance that eventually there's going to be fires that are going to take your house out, why would you want to live there? It's not like this randomly happened and it was shocking. Now, you hear about LA fires every year. I don't know. Maybe it's I don't know. Maybe it's like this affluence thing. If you're rich, you want to take the chance of having the luxury house, but it might burn down. I don't know. It sounds weird to me. Like I said, I would not want to be in any kind of a high risk area or anything like that. Anyway, so I received a $7 tip. I'll be honest, I do think this is kind of in bad taste, but I'm going to read it anyway. It said, question, what is your take on Los Angeles being doused in holy Hulkamania fire after booing Hulk Hogan on Raw? I'm pretty sure that the wildfires in LA have nothing to do with the fact that Hulk Hogan was booed on Monday Night Raw, which took place in LA. I'm just saying I don't think there's any correlation between those two events. And being that people are losing their homes, it's probably in bad taste to make that kind of a joke. So just to be fair here, I'm not making that joke. I just read what someone said in a tip. But again, it's confusing to me when you hear these stories because it's not like, oh no, people who are of low income and have no ability to move have lost their houses in LA due to the wildfires. That's never the story. It's always some rich celebrities or high-end rich people built these luxury homes in the Hollywood Hills and they just burned down because of the LA wildfires. Like, well, then why did they build the house there? They knew it was a high risk. I don't know, whatever. So anyway, thank you for the first tip of the day. Again, someone I'm sure will correct me and say, Phil, you're a complete dunce and a moron because you don't understand anything about it. So you should just keep your big mouth shut. However, this is a podcast, so I have the right to give my opinion on anything. That's just my uneducated take on it. And feel free to eviscerate me in the comments. Okay. There you go. $7 tip, first contribution of the day. Thank you very much. Now, let's get some more support rolling. All right, let's get some YouTube side super chats and memberships coming in. Let's get some other contributions coming in. On the kick side, let's get some subs, all right? Let's get it rolling, all right? Here we go. Okay. Anyway, all right. So, in regards now to DSP Tries It, guess what? I owe you one because we hit 60 goals yesterday, okay? So, immediately, we got to start thinking about what do we want to do. Now, we can't do it today. That's too much of a rush. There's no way I'd be able to even get something today quickly enough, right? Like, we need to talk about it on today's show. So, we already know that starting on the 16th, supposedly, Taco Bell is going to have a new menu. They're going to have some kind of a new dippable burrito, some kind of a special Baja Blast drink, and there's a third thing too. So there's a strong chance that perhaps we will do this new Taco Bell menu when it unlocks on the 16th of January. All right. But before we get there, because we haven't gotten there yet, we have to figure out what to do. Well, my wife had an interesting idea. I don't know if you guys would be interested in this. Okay. We found a style of food we've never tried before. And we're thinking this may be interesting for DSP Tries It. Let me run it by you. Ready for this? How about for the next DSP Tries It, we try Venezuelan food? So what kind of food do Venezuelans eat? Well, let's see here. How about it? Are you kidding me? It deleted it. Hold on. There it is. How about empanadas? I've had empanadas only a couple times my whole life. And when I had them, I think I remember liking them. But this place specializes in it. How about arepas? You even know what an arepas is? It's basically like a handheld bread that they stuff with meat and cheese and other things. How about, let's see here. They have different specialty bowls. A lot of their dishes actually contain plantains, which is pretty interesting. Tequeños? I don't know. What is a tequeños? It looks like it's their dessert. A pastry crust wrapped around various things like queso blanco, fruity guava. They have dulce de leche. Oh, wow. That's interesting. So they have various different things. Like if I were to order from here, I would probably order an empanada, an arepa, maybe one of the bowls, and a dessert. Like I would try to go for like a variety of foods to try different things that they have. So, and again, we never had anything like this before. Wow, they do all kinds of stuff. Beef, chicken salad, black beans, chicken in a white sauce. Oh, they even have churros, of course. But, you know, I'd probably get the other dessert. The other dessert seems more authentic. Yeah. Argentinian? I don't know if there is Argentinian. Someone said, what about Argentinian? Let's look. No. There was an Argentinian restaurant and it closed. So there's no Argentinian food around here, sadly. I just looked. Not available. That sucks. But I would say the Venezuelan could be interesting because it's something we've never done before, ever. Like, I don't even know what it's like. We'd be like totally taste testing for the first time ever to give it a shot. Okay? I've just received an anonymous gifted sub over on Kick. Now, there's a weird thing about these anonymous gifted subs, all right? I don't know if they actually show up in the revenue screen. Like yesterday, I swear someone had gifted something like 10 anonymous subs. And then when I went and I looked in my revenue screen to confirm, it never showed up. And so I was standing there scratching my head like, yeah, it's literally not there. Like, I'm looking right now, and it said yesterday that there was an anonymous gifted sub. No, 10 anonymous gifted subs. And I wasn't sure to count it or not. And I sat here staring in my queue, and it's not there. I don't know how many of you are familiar with how Kick works, because I don't know, again, does Kick have loopholes and problems like YouTube does with these memberships? But, like, I'm looking here, and I don't see any anonymous subs showing up in my revenue queue. It's as if when people do these anonymous gifted subs, they don't count, which is really weird. Like, why wouldn't they count? So honestly, I don't really know how to react. Like, I mean, I'm grateful, but is it real? Is it fake? I don't even know. Should I count it? Maybe I'll have to talk to the guys at Kino Casino about it. They probably know more, you know, they probably know the ins and outs of this crap. I don't know if it's real or not. Has anyone on Kick actually tried doing an anonymous gifted sub, and has it ever gone through? I'm just curious. For anyone over there right now, I'm trying to figure this out. Obviously, I want to give credit. I want to give due to people who are supporting my content, but I just want to be sure that there's not some big problem over there, just like there is with the memberships on YouTube. For those who don't know, on YouTube, people are abusing the system. They're basically using a VPN to log into some country where the currency rate is really different. And so then they'll go in there and gift like 50, 100, 150 memberships on YouTube, and each membership's worth less than a penny. So you'll get gifted 200 memberships and make $4. So what's the point? You know, it's really a broken system. So I just want to be sure that this is not something like this going on Kick. Like I said, sadly, it doesn't show in my queue when I get an anonymous gifted sub. It doesn't show in the revenue queue. So I want to know if someone's doing it, who's doing it, and is it working or not? Like, we got to get to the bottom of this, all right, before I start. Because like I said, yesterday, someone dropped a 10 bomb that was anonymous, but then it never showed up in my queue. I just checked now. It's not there. So I'm like, how am I supposed to count it if it never showed up, right? I guess we'll have to see. Well, I'm going to err on the side of caution. I will say this. If you're someone who I recognize, you're a regular and you give subs, obviously I will always count them. But if I start seeing anonymous subs coming up, I'm going to be a little bit more skeptical until I get answers. Like I said, maybe I'll ask Ash and Andy about it and see if they know anything about it or not. What's up, Jinx? Jinx is here today. What's going on, man? Easlord says, Peruvian food. Did you ever try that? No, I did not try Peruvian food. I don't know if that's here either. No. There again, it seems like there was one Peruvian restaurant and they're closed too. I just checked and it says this restaurant is not available. So no Argentinian and no Peruvian around here, only Venezuelan. Okay. Mega Man 3 went very well. Jinx, we just talked about it actually. I did beat it. It took about 2.5 hours. It was more challenging than I remembered, but we got it done. So yesterday I completed 3 different Mega Man games. during the marathon overall, which was great. Okay. So, our idea, when I say our, it's my wife's, is Venezuelan food. Now, if you guys can come up with anything better, I'm all ears. But if not, then tomorrow we're probably going to order some Venezuelan food. All right? Probably, like I said, I'll probably get an empanada. I'll probably get one of these arepas, and maybe I'll get like a dessert, or they have a bowls too. Maybe I'll get a bowl. We'll see. You know, I'll probably get a variety of stuff since I've never tried it before. So we're interested in that. But do you guys have any other ideas? Are you aware of any kind of other promotions or special things going on at other places that you'd like me to try, fast foodie or not? I'm open to those suggestions. You're flying all day today. Well, Jinx, happy travels. I hope that you have a safe day. I wish you the best there. Oh, we've had Indian food many times. I've had it on the show. It wouldn't really be much of a DSP tries it for something that I've had so many times. Like, we've had Indian food tons of times. Sadly, there is no English food around here. It would be nice if there was, like British. Zero British restaurants in Washington area. I just searched. Nothing. Greek we've done before as well. A couple times we've already done Greek for DSP Tries It. Jamaican, I really doubt there's Jamaican out here. I'll check. Nope, no Jamaican whatsoever. At one point, again, there was one that was listed. It's closed. No Jamaican restaurants out here either. We're very limited. Like I said, being in the Pacific Northwest, almost no European food and almost no Caribbean food. We've got Mexican. We've got a ton of Asian, like any Asian culture you could think of, we have. And then we've got all of their basic Americanized chains and stuff like that. That's what we kind of focus on. Korean barbecue, there is a Korean barbecue. Didn't I do it, though? Did we do Korean barbecue? Maybe we didn't. Maybe we didn't do Korean barbecue. Hold on. Because there is a place. Did I do it or not? There's a place that does bibimbap and bulgogi and kimchi fried rice and spicy pork. I swear we did it, though. I swear we've done this before, but maybe not. Can anyone confirm or deny if I've done Korean barbecue before? I can quickly search, but look here. Yep, we did it. Korean barbecue, spicy pork, potato. Yeah, we did it. We did it on April 2024, so almost a year ago. That was my birthday stream, I think. Yep, so we've already done Korean barbecue. NVL Roy did a $2 super chat. Says, what about Hawaiian barbecue? I know we've done Hawaiian barbecue before. Here it is. Oh, did we not? Wait a minute. Did we not do Hawaiian barbecue? Hold on. I swear we've done it. Did we not do Hawaiian barbecue? Can anyone find it? Listen, Hawaiian barbecue I actually really like. I've had it multiple times. And various different things. The pulled pork is really good. The chicken, the beef and ribs are great too, but I don't really eat the red meat stuff. I try to stay away from the red meat. Mostly I'll have the chicken. They also have good fish plates, but I swear we did it. I did do it. Let me find it. It's not on the vlogging channel. Could it have been when I did it, when I was doing that stuff on this channel? Yeah, here it is. Feasting with the King. Yup, Hawaiian barbecue. This was from April 6, 2022. So 3 years ago on my birthday. we tried Hawaiian barbecue on this channel. So it's been done. That was during my 40th birthday celebration. We did it. Yep. So we've done Korean. We've done Hawaiian. See, we've done all the cuisines. So it's hard to find something that's like, original. That's going to be more interesting. Like I said, Venezuelan, I've never done Venezuelan before. I've never even had, like, empanadas I've had like twice ever my whole life. I've never had a arepa. So this would be like something original to try that I've never done before. So at least in that regard, it would be a true first-time taste test for me. There we go. So that was NVL Roy with a $1.99 super chat. Thank you, NVL Roy. Appreciate that. Do we have any fusion places? I mean, we do. They don't necessarily call themselves fusion, but like there's places that'll do teriyaki, but then also have like, Chinese food. And it's like, wait, what? Teriyaki's Japanese. Why would you have Chinese? But there's a few places like that. Egyptian? I don't think they have that. No. Persian or Egyptian? I'll search. I'm just curious if anything would come up. Persian. Nope. No Persian. No Egyptian. Nope. The only thing that comes up there is a Istanbul cuisine, but this is like 12, 13 miles away. I'm not going to order from that far. It would take too long and the food would be cold. Middle Eastern? Well, what would that be? Name a specific cuisine of the Middle East, and I could search for it. If I just type Middle Eastern, it's not going to come up. Russian? Oh, no, there's no way. Like I said, we don't have any European food. I'm serious. We have no European food whatsoever out here. Zero. Nope. I just searched. Nope. We have no French, no British, no German, no, nothing. Not even Italian. There's no authentic Italian out here. It just doesn't exist. This guy's insane. 12 miles away is too far. That's 10 minutes. 10 minutes? Are you jumping in the fucking DeLorean and flying there? What are you talking about? What? The boss says we have a restaurant here. There's Mexican food with Asian food inside combined, like an egg roll with Mexican ingredients inside. That's wild. I mean, I would like to try something like that. That's insane. But I wonder if it'd be any good. Emirati? I don't think we have Emirati, but I'll try. Oops. Nope, doesn't even exist. You want to, dude? I typed in Emirati. Do you want to know what the first match was? Firehouse Subs. So there you go. What's up, Game Boy? How you doing today? No, see, we've done kebabs before. We've done all that Greek / Turkish / that style of food. Kebabs, heroes, souvlaki. We've done all that already. Shawarma. I've had shawarma. Yeah, I've done shawarma. Yep, we've done that. Nigerian? I'll search. I don't think we're gonna have Nigerian. Let's see. That's over an hour away. That's not gonna work. This is not even a real restaurant. You could tell this is a ghost kitchen, so that doesn't work. No, these are not. Yeah, these are too. Yeah, there's nothing. They're too far away. They say you can pick up only. What about this one? What the hell is this? Goat stew, dry fish. Ugh. It's weird because they have curry too. Maharagwe bean stew. They barely have anything. Here's the whole menu of this place, okay? Grilled goat, dry fish, goat stew, wet fish, sausages, mandazi, grilled goat, grilled beef, and then they have curry, which makes no sense. That's it. And then drinks. That's it. That's the whole menu. Like I said, how much you want to bet these are ghost kitchens? They don't sound like real. Like, sadly, there's an Ethiopian restaurant, but it's pickup only because it's too far away. Yeah, they're all, pickup only. So I wouldn't be able to order and get them delivered, sadly. Yeah, so, yeah, they're too far. Money laundering? You think they're money laundering operations? Wow. What's a ghost kitchen? A ghost kitchen is basically a business they set up, online ordering only. There is no sit-down restaurant. It's not a real kitchen. It's just a group of people they hire to work in the back of a building, make the food, and pump it out the door for delivery. This became very popular during COVID when no one could do sit-down dining. And a lot of them just stayed open or actually expanded because delivery services have boomed since then. The problem with the ghost kitchen is there's literally no quality control. Since it's not a real upfront business, it's not like there's a management staff to complain to. So they can shovel shit, put it in a bag. You get a dog duty in a bag, and there's nothing you can do about it besides try to get your money back from the delivery service. And the company or the restaurant doesn't care because they're not a real restaurant. That's how Mr. Beast Burger flopped and failed, because these ghost kitchens opened up with no training, no quality control. They're pumping out raw burgers, terrible burgers, and Mr. Beast's name is stuck on it. He says it's his worst business decision ever because, he's a fucking idiot. I mean, he's a young dunce with a bunch of money he doesn't deserve, so he didn't know how to use it, and he just slapped his name on ghost kitchens like a dunce. Okay. So, yeah, sadly, all the things you guys are coming up with, they don't really have. No Argentinian, no Peruvian, no Egyptian, none of these Middle Eastern places, no Nigerian. None of that exists out here. No European. That's what really sucks. There's no European. I would love to try European cuisine that I've never had before, and it's not out here. Like I said, we're just very Asian-centric or chains, and that's about it. No Mongolian. There's no Mongolian. I'll check, but I'll tell you there's not going to be Mongolian. The only Mongolian will be, oh my God, 20 miles away. 20 miles away. Oh, no. But you know what? Yeah, it's bullshit. It's Chinese. It claims it's a Mongolian grill, but it has chicken yakisoba, house fried rice, beef chow mein. This is not Mongolian. It's not even real. It's bullshit. See what I mean? So that's baloney. Yeah, we're not getting that. Cool. Don Bond says, looks very good with your boom mic now. Definitely the icing on the cake. Yeah, right? I fixed my setup. Now it can have its own spot. It's very close, so it sounds good. And now I can have my board, my stuff over here, not hindered by it. Every month we'll mess with the setup a little different, but I think it's working now. Singaporean or Malaysian? I don't think so, but we could check. I'm pretty sure we don't have that either. Nope. It went right to Chinese food for Singaporean. I knew it. Just Chinese. What was the other one? Singaporean or Malaysian? Indochin cuisine. What is Indochin? New to the service. Interesting. Hakka noodle. Wok fried noodle with chicken, veggie, and Indo-Chinese sauce. Different soups. Tomato ginger soup, manchow soup, an Indo-Chinese favorite. It sounds like a hybrid of like Indian food and Chinese food. Like they have paneer. Paneer is Indian cheese. No, we've done Thai food before. We've done Thai. And again, very limited. They literally only have what I just mentioned: fried rice, garlic shrimp, Hakka noodle, chili paneer, 3 kinds of soup, chicken lollipops. That's about it. It's a very small menu. Once again, I gotta wonder: is it a real restaurant, or is it a ghost kitchen? It sounds like a ghost kitchen. No, I haven't tried Jollibee for 2 reasons. Number 1, the food does not sound appealing to me. It's basically what country is Jollibee? Is it Filipino? It's an Asian country that's attempted to do a fast food version of other countries' cuisine. So it's like, here's a burger, but it's not American. It's like their version of a burger. Here's spaghetti, but it's their version of spaghetti, right? And so it's Filipino. Okay, it's Filipino. So it just doesn't sound good to me. And then on top of it, the only one we have is at our local mall, and that's at least a 30 to 40-minute drive. So even if they get it here, it's going to be cold. And you know it's going to be way too expensive. So I kind of never wanted to do it. Let's see. Oh, a 6-piece chicken bucket, $24. What? 4 yummy cheeseburgers, $25. What? Jolly spaghetti, $10. Oh my God, the prices are insane. Why is it so expensive for fast food? Because it's fast food. 1 piece of chicken with Jolly spaghetti, $14. And who the hell eats chicken with spaghetti? Fried chicken with spaghetti? Who eats that combination? Bacon and cheese chicken sandwich, $12 just for the sandwich. Oh my God. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna. Are you shitting me? Single yum burger at Jollibee, and I'm sure you guys know the size of a Jollibee burger. It's small. $6.86. Holy fuck. And that's just the without cheese. With cheese, it's $7.50. They're out of their mind. Yeah, I'm not getting Jollibee. That's just, there's absolutely no way that that is worth it. That is a complete ripoff. Forget that noise. Fuck, no. I'm not getting that. I can't do it. I can't do it. If it was like good food and I was splurging, that's one thing. This just looks terrible. Terrible fast food for insane prices. Forget that shit. Ugh. So sadly, we're not really getting many good hits here, right? I'm trying. I'm doing my best. There is a Filipino restaurant we've never eaten at. Hold on. No, it's actually not even on here. Thought it was, but it's not on here. That's weird. Hold on. Oh my God, they closed. Oh shit. There was a Filipino restaurant and I just searched for it and it's closed. So maybe they went out of business. I don't know. Well, yeah. So I don't know. We tried, guys. Again, unless someone else has a different idea, we'll probably try this Venezuelan food tomorrow because it's something different, something I've never had before. Um, Try South Indian food. I don't think they exist. We tried Peruvian. Peruvian isn't around here. Brazilian. I'll try South Indian. It probably won't come up. See here. Ah, now wait a minute. You said it was completely different. The first item on the menu is vindaloo curry, so it's not authentic. Chicken biryani. Yeah, it's not authentic. It's the same exact stuff. So it's not. Yep. So we don't have South Indian. Brazilian. Someone said Brazilian. Nope. We have no Brazilian whatsoever. It said there used to be a Brazilian steakhouse and they're closed. Damn, that sucks. No, there's no authentic fish and chips out here at all. No. The only place we can get fish and chips from, there is a place called, oh God, what's it called? What's it called? It's at the local mall. But they're really high end and very expensive. Like you'd want to eat there. They're real, like they have really good clam chowder, and they have tons of different kinds. Like they have lobster chowder, clam chowder, all kind chicken chowder, and then they have fish and chips, and they have like lobster rolls, crazy fresh crab and shrimp. But the prices are really, really expensive. Like I'm not even kidding. To get dinner there, it's like $45 a person. That's how expensive it is. So definitely not something to be ordering for DSP Tries It. Really? Contortion says Brazilian steakhouses are just overpriced germ factories. They come out of the kitchen with a huge slab of meat. They bring it to 20 tables where randoms breathe all over it. Ew. Yeah, just because you use Google search doesn't mean that it's a delivery place or that it's even real. You can stop with that nonsense. But I used Google search and it said all these. Yeah, Google fucking search, dude. Where every piece of information is tossed into this fucking cauldron of bullshit. Dude, I'm on the delivery app right now seeing what can be delivered. I don't care what's listed on Google search. Oh, really? Yavana said you can't really get legit English style fish and chips. The water's just different, so the batter ends up being wrong, just like New York pizza. I would believe that. I would totally believe that. Yeah, we've done kebab. Like I said, we've done kebabs before. There's a place right near us called, yeah, let's take a look at this one. We haven't ordered from this before. Yeah, see, it's exactly what you'd expect. It's shawarma, beef and lamb heroes. It's very generic. They're all the same. They're all the same out here. Nothing special. And we've already done that kind of stuff. Ivar's is very fast foody. Ivar's. We've done Ivar's before. It's just okay. It's very fast food, like shrimp. I think they might do clams, but it's just fried shrimp and clams and fries. It's very basic. We tried it once, and it was expensive, and it was okay. Like, it wasn't bad, but we felt like, for the price, it should have been better. So we were kind of disappointed, and we wish that we hadn't done it, actually. So. Well, at this point, we've brainstormed for over half an hour. Sadly, we haven't really come up with anything, too special, which sucks, obviously. It would have been nice to come up with something, but like I said, the Venezuelan seems like the best idea right now. No, like I said, there's no authentic Italian around here at all. We've tried a few places. They're all way overpriced and terrible. So nothing can be done there. There's no Cracker Barrel where we live that doesn't exist out here. Contortion, it was my wife who suggested the Venezuelan food. He says, doesn't your wife have any suggestions? She's the one who suggested the Venezuelan to begin with because it was something different. See, we were looking and we found possibly a few places to try for breakfast, but breakfast isn't going to be dinner. DSP tries it. You know what I mean? Like by the time that we're ordering on a stream, 4 p.m. These breakfast places don't serve anymore. A lot of them are just breakfast and they close. So can't do that. You don't know where I live? Well, get with the times. What's wrong with you? How do you not know where Darkside Phil lives? Everyone else does. I mean, I was doxxed like 10 years ago. How could you not know where I live? I mean, they try to spam it in the chat every 5 seconds. The bots catch it. No, we search for Malaysian. It's not. There's no Malaysian. You know what's funny? Kat had said this the other day. She said, she says, I'm surprised no one's asking for you to do the McRib. And I said, no one's asking me to do the McRib because number one, the McRib isn't new. It comes to McDonald's like every year. It's not like a special thing. Everyone knows what the McRib is. And number two, everyone knows the McRib sucks ass. It's not a good sandwich. I've had it multiple times and it's just not good. It's very disappointing. It's bad. Yeah. Okay. If you've never had the McRib, okay, first of all, it's not actually rib. Just say that right up front. It's processed food. So you know how people get ribs and eat them at restaurants? That's not the McRib. It's the pieces that fell off of that shit in the processing center, the grizzle, the skin, the fucking chunks of garbage. They literally grind it up and turn it into a paste. They squeeze it into a mold that simulates the look of a rib, okay? And then that's the McRib. And then what they do is they put it on a bun that has almost no flavor. They add onions and pickles, and then they put the sauce on it, barbecue sauce. It's just the same barbecue sauce you would get at McDonald's with anything. So when you eat the McRib, you don't taste meat. You don't barely taste anything. All you can really taste is onion, pickles, and barbecue sauce. So if you want to eat a McRib right now, what you could do, take a handful of chopped onions and pickles, take barbecue sauce, go like this. You just ate the McRib. It tastes exactly the same. It has no flavor. It's gross. It's also terrible for you. It's full of fat. It's a gross ass sandwich. The boss says, you're not even kidding. I typed in, where does DSP live? And it actually says Washington. When did they dox you? They doxed me the week I moved in. I moved here summer of 2014, so over 10 years ago. They doxed me that week. They just posted my fucking email address up all over the internet. They made entire YouTube channels with my address as the title. Fucking losers. So I would say either Venezuelan food, or if you guys actually want me to, hold on, before I even say that, do they even still have the McRib at McDonald's? That's actually a good question. If they don't have it, then forget it. Maybe they don't have it anymore. Oh, I don't think they have it anymore. I don't see it. They don't have it anymore. It's gone. It's off the menu. So never mind. We can't even do the McRib. It's gone. They took it off the menu now. Yep. So never mind. It was on there. Yeah, it was on there. Now it's gone. They got nothing right now. I just looked. They have nothing special at all, actually, at McDonald's. Zero. I'm going to take a look at a few places quick. Someone needs to tell places like Burger King it's not a deal to do buy one, get one free if you charge double. Like, I'm not even kidding. Just listen to this. Buy one, get one free original chicken sandwich. What's the cost of the original chicken sandwich to deliver it? $9.39. So it's not buy one, get one free. It's buy two for normal price. That's not a deal. Stupidity. Oh, guess what? Guess what? I could do the melt sandwiches. They have them at Burger King. But I think I might have to get the meal. Let me look. No, they have them now. I could do it. We wanted to do this weeks ago, and it wasn't on the menu. It's on the menu now. The melt sandwiches. They have the classic melt, the bacon melt, and the shroom and Swiss melt. So they have them now. If you're interested, we could do that. Yes, for delivery. I'm on the app right now. Originally, they didn't have them, and now they're on there. So those have been out for weeks now, and I know I wasn't able to do them when they were new because they weren't on there, but they're on there now. Would you want that? So I guess it's either between Venezuelan food or the triple melt challenge. Now, hold on. What's the difference between the classic and the bacon? So the classic, 2 flame-grilled Whopper Junior patties, melty American cheese, fire-roasted onion, and a stacker sauce. Oh, the stacker sauce is good. I used to like that on their BK stackers. So then the bacon version, 2 flame-grilled Whopper Junior patties, crispy bacon, melty cheese, fire-roasted onion. Oh, it's exactly the same, but with bacon. So I wouldn't try all three. I would do one of the bacon melt and one of the shroom and Swiss melt. The shroom and Swiss is melty Swiss cheese, roasted mushrooms, and a royal onion sauce. Okay. Yeah, okay. So one of the two. We'll either do Venezuelan food, or I could do the 2 BK stacker, the melt sandwiches. What do you think? Sister Snood, you're late. We already looked. There's no African food around here. We tried it. We looked and it was an hour away and it's not very good. So they don't have haggis either. Like I said, they just don't have any good European food out here at all. We tried European, couldn't find it. We tried Malaysian. We tried all. We couldn't find no Persian, none of that. Well, here's another thing to factor in as well, okay? And I know, I am not trying to push us towards fast food here for DSP Tries It by any means, okay? The Burger King stuff, that melt and the shroom and Swiss melt are limited time, meaning they could literally disappear from the menu next week and we can never get it. That's what happened with the Triple Whopper Challenge. Remember, it was the $3 million Whoppers? They were there, then they immediately removed them and they never got re-added, so we could never get them. The Venezuelan restaurant is not going anywhere. We can order the Venezuelan whenever, and we can, you know what I mean? So, well, I'm not saying we have to do it. I'm not at all. I'm just saying we wanted to do those melts like 2-3 weeks ago, and they weren't on there, and now they're on there. Seems like a lot of people are saying go for the Venezuelan then. Okay. Venezuelan will be more interesting. Okay. Venezuelan sells the better of the two, but limited time means limited time. Yeah, it's hard to judge. How about this? I'll speak with my wife. We'll decide. It'll either be Venezuelan or the melts from Burger King. That'll be DSP Tries It tomorrow. We'll figure it out, okay? And then after that, we have options because whatever we didn't do could be the next one. And like I said, apparently Taco Bell is coming out with new menu items on the 16th. So that's another one we could consider, okay? All right. Cool. Half and half? No, I'm not ordering from 2 places. It's ridiculous. No, I mean, that's true. Clearly not Jamie says, well, they're just going to have another special anyway. They're never that different. Literally every new thing at Burger King is just a combination of ingredients they already have. Like this melt is literally the Whopper Junior Burgers, Stacker sauce from the BK Stackers they had a million years ago, fried onions, which they put on stuff occasionally, bacon, which they already have, and the sourdough style bread, which again, they bring it back every once in a while, but they've had it before. It's not like, oh, all these new actual items, it's nothing new. All you do is you combine them differently. Okay, so I'll speak with Kat about that. We'll try to figure that out, and I'll get back to you. I'll let you know, because tomorrow we're ordering. Tomorrow is DSP Tries It, because you guys earned it, okay? Now, speaking of which, let's get that momentum going in the right direction. Let's get some support. Today we only have $9 of support so far. So let's get it rolling. Let's get some super chats, some tips. Let's get our first tip of the day. Let's get our first membership of the day, our first sub of the day. Let's get it rolling, okay? Okay, cool. Now, for the final segment of the show, I got gaming news for everybody. You ready? Let's jump into the news, shall we? Did you hear the big news story for today? Well, let's cover it. The big news story for this morning, folks. Here it is. I misclicked. Here it is, folks. Assassin's Creed. Big announcement. Ready? Dear players, we want to extend our heartfelt thanks to our incredible fans and dedicated teams for your unwavering support since our announcement in September to further refine and polish Assassin's Creed Shadows. What are they talking about? Unwavering support. Do you remember anyone having unwavering support for Assassin's Creed Shadows? A single person? Who? Can they name the person they're referencing? I'm curious, because that's not what I remember happening. Anyway, let's continue. Since November, we've been thrilled to share our progress through gameplay overviews, and the overwhelming excitement has truly inspired us. Each week has brought valuable feedback from our community. While we've already made remarkable strides, we believe a few additional weeks are needed to implement that feedback and ensure an even more ambitious and engaging day one experience. So for those who don't remember, excuse me, this game originally was rumored was going to come out in the early fall, right? What was it, like September? Then it got delayed and everyone thought it was going to come out probably around November, but then it was announced, no, it's actually not coming out till February. So now here we are in January, and once again, they are announcing another delay. Accordingly, the new release date is March 20th, 2025. We remain committed to delivering a high-quality, immersive experience fostered by ongoing dialogue between our players and development teams. We know you're eager to learn more about the game, and we're excited to share more updates coming your way. So here's the thing. All I'm doing is literally reading their statement, okay? What they're saying is, it says right there, all their changes are fostered by ongoing dialogue between our players and development teams. So what has been the feedback from players? Let's see. We want an Assassin's Creed set in Japan, but we also want a game set in Japan that's authentic to Japan. For example, when Assassin's Creed had a trilogy in Italy, it was authentic to Italy. When Assassin's Creed had games set in France, the Middle East, they were authentic to those times. But now they said, we're going to have one set in Japan, and we're going to have two protagonists. One who's a female ninja, of which there were probably two ever in Japanese history, if that, and an African samurai. Sure sounds representative of the culture, doesn't it? So the major feedback they received was, we don't want this. We think you're trying to do some kind of really stupid rewriting of history, likely because you're trying to do this leftist push politically. You're trying to go for representation of underrepresented groups, the female ninja, a black samurai. This is nonsense. If you're going to have an Assassin's Creed set in Japan, have it be representative of what actually would be going on in Japan, not your fantasy. Why not just have a fucking space alien, right? Why not? Why not have a Martian and a Plutonian assassin? It's in Japan, you might as well, right? So, and here's the thing. Then people started to actually argue, don't you know that this is historically accurate, that this guy is real? And then, of course, they tore it apart and said, wrong. Actual historians came out and said, wrong. This is completely false. Didn't really happen that way. Was there an actual African person who held ranks and stuff? Yes. And he was essentially a glorified hand servant of a Japanese shogun. That, yes, he was given this kind of stature, but he basically was kind of almost like he was like marched around, like, look at me, look who I have, a guy from another country. Oh, I'm so prestigious because I have a guy from another country as part of my inner circle and stuff like that. The guy was not actually a samurai, but this game completely is attempting to rewrite history. So let's be honest, okay? This is not what people want. That's why people have issue with the game. It's actually not necessarily the combat. It's not the graphics. It's not it's the game itself. The core premise of the game has two protagonists that are unrealistic for the time period, for the culture, for all of it. It's just bullshit. Now, it's a video game, right? We're supposed to suspend our disbelief. I get that. But if people have been waiting a very long time to have an Assassin's Creed set in a certain time and place, they obviously are going to want the game to be representative of that time and place. So it's stupid that they did this. And again, people have to question, why did they do it? Probably because they thought, ooh, this is going to get people to talk about our game. Because a black guy in Japan during the feudal times, oh yeah. No. Stop with these PR stunt bullshit nonsense attempts. You know what I'm saying? Just like with Assassin's Creed Dragon Age Veilguard, excuse me. We got to have a whole scene about this transgender character and mispronouncing them, and how now we have to pull a barf to apologize profusely because we mispronoun someone. Do you really think that scene is in the game because they think it's progressive, it's going to teach people a lesson? No, they did it as a stunt. They did it to try to get people to talk about the game, to think that people would buy it. Instead, it was the opposite. People have avoided Dragon Age Veilguard like the plague because it has it in it. Because these people making the games are morons, okay? They don't get it that people don't want political agendas in video games. They just want to play a video game and have fun. That's the point of a video game, to escape all this drama around us and just play a game and forget about it all. We can't do that anymore. Every game we boot up has some agenda, some bullshit, some spin. It's really fucking annoying. And we need to take the people in charge of these companies, and someone needs to give them a reality check. Oh, wait, they're getting the reality check because people aren't buying games like this. You see, that's why Veilguard is a huge fucking sales flop. So in this case, it's funny because they're saying they've listened to all the feedback and they're delaying the game again to do the final changes, and it's coming out on March 20th. Okay, so have you removed Yasuke from the game? Because that's what the feedback is. No one wants him. In fact, the entire country of Japan is angry at you for this game. They wanted a game that was representative of their actual culture, and they're not getting it. So did you remove the offensive party from the game? Do we have a real protagonist now who's actually Japanese? Or are you a bunch of fucking idiots? Because that's all this is. I hate to say it, this is a sad attempt to try to get people to stop complaining, but they're not going to. They're not going to forget. Just because you keep delaying the game a million times, no one's going to forget that this game is not what people want. And again, I hate to say it, this is their flagship title. It's not a good sign that the game was supposed to come out in February and you're delaying it another month. What exactly do you think you're going to get done in a month? I'm just curious, like, what realistically could you actually get done in 1 month as a development team? What fixes are going to be implemented? If they had said we're delaying this 6 months, I would have been like, that makes sense. Okay, 6 months, that'll give them more time. That's a good amount of time to work on stuff, to fix stuff, to improve stuff. 1 month? That's nothing. So I get the feeling this is, sadly, going to be another flop. I mean, I'm going to play it via Ubisoft Plus, so I'm just going to get the subscription to try it out. But it is sad, for sure, that this is now becoming the situation with this game. Let's go ahead and bump it here. It's no longer February 14th. It is now March 20th. Man, let me tell you guys something. I'm taking a look at our game release lineup. I said the 50 gold event was going to be the end of January, and we've already done it. Dark Souls series on PC we're already doing, so we can get rid of this. Man, there is like nothing coming out. Really? Like, jeez. February 8th is the next Monster Hunter demo. What the fuck? What just happened? I don't even know what happened there. I think it's that in the next weekend as well. I'll see if I can squeeze that in because I do want to try it. But yeah, this is looking pretty dead. I'm not going to lie. This year, I'm hoping that we're going to have some good stuff coming up. Seriously. But I'm not feeling too confident about it based on what we're seeing. Okay? All right. So anyway, Assassin's Creed Shadows delayed. What a joke. They claim that they're listening to the people. I don't think so. We have some good news. Some great news regarding Tango Gameworks. For those who don't know, Tango Gameworks is the studio that developed the Evil Within series, and then most notably recently Hi-Fi Rush, which was actually a big win for Microsoft, which led Microsoft to completely fire everyone. Yes, I'm not kidding. The game was a hit for Microsoft. It did very well, and so Microsoft fired and laid them all off. Well, I guess laid them all off is more appropriate to fire, okay? Here's some good news. Tango Gameworks was bought by another company. They have now opened a new office in Tokyo. They have restarted full-scale operations since they were closed in June of last year. And now they're posting up job openings for character artists, level designers, animators, system programmers, and more. So they are back. Good. Good, good, good. Please let good game developers be rewarded. Please let them be profitable. Please let them have jobs. Please let them make good games. Enough with this bullshit that every game has to be a zillion seller because stupid ass, Xbox has no idea. Phil Spencer has no idea how to run his company. He's a fucking joke. Stop punishing people like them for bad management at the top levels. Okay? Hi-Fi Rush was a pretty good game. Was it the best game I've ever played? No, but it was a pretty good game. Evil Within is a great horror series that sadly flopped after mismanagement and marketing, where the sequel didn't sell well, and it's not their fault because the sequel's great. It was Microsoft's fault. Or Bethesda's fault, I guess you could say. So I hope that they start making new games as soon as possible. I can't wait to play what they're playing next or what they're making next. They definitely deserve success. Speaking of Xbox and Microsoft's failure to make good games as a company because they have horrible management like Phil Spencer, there's a developer direct coming on January 23rd, a celebration of what's coming for Xbox players. It will be 10 a.m. Pacific time, so likely we'll be talking about it right after it happens that day, because I'm sure there'll be news coming out about it. 3 major focuses. South of Midnight, okay, that was the game that stars the girl who's in the bayou, and there's like a giant mutant catfish talking. It has a really unique, almost like stop motion style, kind of like Spider-Verse movie stylization to it. But it reminded me of Infamous when we were looking at it. It totally reminded me of Infamous, okay? Clear Obscure Expedition 33, isn't that not the big RPG that looks very, very stylized? It's a turn-based RPG with great graphics and looks pretty unique. I think that's what one that was. And then Doom the Dark Ages, which apparently is going to have this big expose. However, it's a prequel to Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal. Tells the epic cinematic story of the Doomslayer's rage. You know me. I like classic Doom. I like Doom 2016. The moment that they went to Doom Eternal and changed the plot and made it be over the top ridiculous, I think they jumped the shark, and I didn't really like it. But it's Game Pass. I'll have it on PC. I'm probably going to play it. It's Game Pass, you know, and it's going to look amazing on my gaming PC, so I'll probably give it a swing, even though I'm probably not going to like it that much. Anyway, yes, triple coverage of these games in this upcoming event on the 23rd. Obviously, I'll be talking about it after the fact when the information comes out. Okay? Cool. We have one more thing, folks. Guess what? This morning, the Like a Dragon Direct happened. Now, I leave this, guys. It's already 12:45. So, would you guys like me to do a react to this now, or would you like to save this? We don't have to do this today. We could easily do it tomorrow or whatever. We're not in a huge rush to do it. I wanted to do a react to this because I haven't seen it yet. It's 13 minutes long, so it'll probably take a while. Do you think we should just save it? I wish we had more time, but we took a while earlier to talk about DSP Tries It. So, oh, my nose is bothering me today. Sorry. Now, you want me to do it now? So then the podcast is going to run long. You're okay with the podcast running long and doing less Dark Souls to do this for now? Or do you want to do it tomorrow? That is true. Lady Charisma says, at least when you play Doom now, you won't be limited to gamepad speed. You're right. That will definitely be one I'll play on mouse and keyboard. Yeah, I think we should save it. Only because I do want to get around to Dark Souls here. I don't want to, I don't want to go too long. I just wanted to do like a little bit of Q&A. Oh, I pressed the wrong button here. Here we go. I wanted to see if you guys had anything to talk about, any stuff on your minds that you want to talk about today before we adjourn. So let me know. What do you guys think? What's on your minds? Tag me in chat. Let's have a little bit of conversation, and I think I'll react to that tomorrow. We'll do a segment of it. You'll give it time. That way we don't have to rush it too, because it's 13 minutes. It might take like a half an hour to react to. Who knows? We'll give it time for tomorrow. Okay. We're not going to do an extra long podcast. We did that yesterday, didn't we? Okay. So what's on everyone's mind? Avarice, how are you today? Welcome. How's everyone doing? By the way, again, please support the stream. We're still at $9. We have only one super chat, no memberships, no tips, and only one very questionable sub. I take that back. We had a tip, right? There was a tip. That's where this came from. There's one tip, $7, and one super chat. Let's get some support rolling. Come on. Digital Bobby, that was you. He says, I sent an anonymous earlier. Did you get it? So, Digital Bobby, I'm glad you're here. Okay, this is Digital Bobby over on Kick. So there's a weird thing, Digital Bobby. I don't know what's going on with these anonymous gifted subs. So you sent it, correct? Now let me check. For some reason, I don't think they show up in the revenue on Kick. And if that's the case, I don't know if they count. Like yesterday, someone sent a whole 10 bomb of gifted subs on Kick anonymously. And I checked, it's not there. It's not in my revenue tab. So I don't know if they count. Yeah, according to this, I'm looking at my revenue right now on Kick. Your gifted anonymous sub isn't there. It says the last subs that were gifted were last night, 25 bomb from Iron Chef Sakai. It doesn't count it, and I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know if it's an oversight by Kick that they hide it from your revenue tab, but you still get paid. Like, I have no clue. But Digital Bobby, you're saying that was you that did it? If it is, I'll count it. Well, I played the original Dooms on stream before Dark Ages. I actually did that with the last one. When Doom Eternal came out, I played Doom 2. I did a full playthrough of it. But I don't think I'm going to go back and do a Doom now, no. Actually, we don't even know when Dark Ages comes out, do we? It doesn't have a release date yet. So, Digital Bobby, you confirm you're not joking, right? You did gift that anonymous sub this morning. That was you. I trust you because obviously you're one of the founders here. So as long as you're confirming that you did it, I will count it. But I have no idea how this is working. I think I want to talk to Ash and Andy about it and see if they have any take on it or if they know if they actually count or not. You did do it? Okay. All right. I'm going to count it then. Dank Sneed Pimp says, I'm going to send one anonymously to test it. Okay. Yeah, sure. Let's do it. Because this is so weird that it's not showing up. I don't get it. I just don't get it. Like, why would it not count? So I'll say it was Digital Bobby who did that one, and we'll count it, even though it's not in my revenue dashboard. It's so weird. What's up, King Michael? How are you today, man? Welcome. Lady Charisma says, now that modded runs are on the table, maybe a Fallout 3 Tale of Two Wastelands run in the future. It ports Fallout 3 to New Vegas in the same game engine. I've heard about this, and that sounds fun to me. Also, I want to do Fallout London. I have it, and we never got around to it. I would love to play Fallout London. So either or, I would be down for those. Yes, that is of interest to me for sure. For sure. Doing good today, Michael. Looking forward to Dark Souls. We're in Orlando, so it's going to be good. All right, so there it is. Anonymous gifted sub. It went to Rick Grimes Dime. So here's what we'll do. I'll count it, but I'm going to check my revenue dashboard in a bit and see if it ever shows up. Because that 10 bomb yesterday, I don't know who it was from. And then it's still not in my revenue dashboard. But I don't know if they're counting it. Like, I have no clue. You know, here's the deal, guys. It's not a huge deal if it's like an anonymous sub here or there to count it. Even if it doesn't count, who cares? $5, right? But if this becomes a regular thing now, and you got people coming in doing like yesterday, the 50, that's kind of a big deal. You want to make sure you're counting what's actually there, you know? So thank you, both to Digital Bobby and Dank Sneed Pimp for the gifted subs. We'll see if it works or not. How many of the stamps from Costco have I used so far? 0. I think I've mailed Christmas cards. I mailed some bills. I still have like 1 bill a month I have to mail. And then I think I have to like do one other thing I have to mail probably by the end of this month. But I'm still using the stamps I had left over from the last pack. So I've used none of them yet. I'll probably be using those stamps forever. Bono's Tecmo says, did you see the new iconic arcade machine licensed by Capcom close to full size, 14 games and online multiplayer? Wong is shilling it with the former Arcade 1-Up VP now on his own for $6.99. I don't care. I don't care about replica arcade cabinets. Arcade 1-Up is one of the worst quality products I've ever seen. I've tested 2 of them. They were both atrociously bad. I would never spend a dime on it. If anyone from Arcade 1-Up is invested or involved with this cabinet, I would avoid it like the plague. Sorry. I don't care how much Wong is being paid to shill it because he shills a lot of shit. I don't care. Thankfully, I do well enough in my life. I don't have to shill garbage to make money. They are forever stamps, of course. They don't expire. I could use those stamps forever. That's correct. Okay. All right. Anything else, guys? Any other topics? Or are we good for now? And by the way, once again, thanks for the support. Those who have supported, I appreciate that. Hopefully we'll get some momentum going when I start playing Dark Souls. Obviously, we want to keep it rolling. We got a great first week here of January. Amazing amounts of support. Obviously, we want to keep that rolling. Tomorrow, we're doing a DSP Tries It. That's either Venezuelan food or the Burger King melt sandwiches. And then we're working towards the next already. Thank you, Almighty. He says, I missed the marathon, but keep up the great content. You'll enjoy it. So, by the way, the marathon, I edited into podcast and each game of Mega Man 1 through 3. Mega Man 1 is 3 parts, but then 2 and 3 are each one video that's like over 2 hours long each. So you could, how crazy is it? I actually did a playthrough in one video. I never do that, right? So it's pretty cool that I have a couple games now that are just one video playthroughs. And then the food video, which is me trying out this Chinese food from this restaurant, is over on DSP React. So you could watch that as well. Or you can actually just watch the entire stream if you want. I left it live. I think what I'm going to do for marathons, I may just leave the archive streams up for marathons. That way people can watch them right away. Like, let's say you missed the marathon, but you want to watch it right away without me uploading. You could just watch it. I think I'm going to do that moving forward. Just marathons, though. Other, like, regular streams will still be the old style, but marathons I'll leave fully intact if you like to see it. Almighty says, I'm shocked at how well you were doing considering how tipsy you were. You did awesome. I know. Oh, yeah, dude. When I was playing Mega Man 1, it was pretty bad. I'm not going to lie. Like, it was, like, really, really hitting me hard. And that game just has this lag to it. It's weird. Thankfully, when I was playing Mega Man 2, I was buzzed, but I played that a lot. So I was remembering the shit from when I played it back in the day and kicking its ass. Did I ever play NES Vex Xanadu? I don't think so. I think that's the shooter, right? Yeah, I don't think I've ever played it. I'm aware of it, but I don't think I ever played it. Do I have plans for more retro games in the future? Yeah, possibly. Listen, I love retro gaming. I really do. I wish more people would be into watching me do it. But it usually, as you saw, guys, yesterday during the marathon, attendance was decent, but not great. Like, a lot of people definitely said, oh, he's playing old games. I'll come back later, and left. That's sad. I wish more people would give classic games a chance because I love playing them. I'm looking forward to playing more soon. Mega Man 1 is a hard game. Mega Man 2 is challenging, but not that hard. Mega Man 3, I think, was actually harder than 2. But 1 is legit hard. It's tough in parts, like really difficult. Yeah, I know it's weird that people remember the stamps from Costco. I didn't even remember the stamps from Costco until someone brought it up. I didn't, they do. They hyper-focus on stuff. You're right. They hyper-focus, and then they remember these innocuous details of things that don't matter. Am I hungover? No, of course not. I was drinking during the day yesterday. It's been, like, when was my last shot? Like 7, 8 p.m.? It's 1 p.m. the next day. How could I be hungover? What do I think the most difficult game I've ever played was? I mean, that's debatable. The one game that's defeated me and I've never beaten is NES Ninja Gaiden 1. I've never beaten it. So maybe one day I got to go back and do that. You would be hungover from a drink. I mean, how is that even possible? Isn't it like, how long does it take for alcohol to process in the human liver? Isn't it like 8 hours or something like that to get it out of there? Like, how is that even possible? You could still be, unless you kept drinking nonstop and didn't stop, how could you still be hungover from it? Do I like chocolate milk? I mean, I liked it when I was a kid. I haven't had it in so long. I don't know if I would still like it, but I love chocolate and I like milk. All right. Well, I think I've answered enough random questions. Thanks for chilling with me here on the podcast, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the show. Thanks for your input. Looks like we got 2 candidates for DSP Tries It tomorrow. I'll speak with the wife about it and try to pick one and let you know what we've decided. That way we could get ready for it. And again, hopefully we can continue the support and get the next one lined up. The next one will either be maybe whatever one we don't do tomorrow, or depending on how long it takes to qualify for it. Remember, that new Taco Bell stuff is out the 16th, so we have some candidates, okay? Okay. All right, everyone. So thank you for a great podcast today. I hope that you enjoyed. Tomorrow, we'll do a live react to the Like a Dragon Direct for the Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii that came out this morning. And we'll cover any other game news or topics and stuff that's going on. And of course, tomorrow is DSP Tries It. So everyone, thank you so very, very much. Really appreciate you all. And I will see you tomorrow, Friday, for my conclusion streaming day of the week. Thanks, and see you then. Peace out.